I'm sure in your reflection that you've discovered that in many ways, the typical early childhood classroom can be very much like Times Square. Bright colors are everywhere. There are probably bright primary colors on the walls, the furniture, the equipment, and even on the floor. Noise is constant. Sounds are ever present. There are sounds of children laughing and playing, and the noise of the adult conversations, children's toys, and perhaps music playing. Space can be confining. The classroom overflows with tables, chairs, equipment, toys, and learning materials. Smells can be overpowering, and the lights are glaring. The neon bulbs are shining overhead from the classroom's opening until the closing at the end of the day. Being in Times Square is an experience that many people enjoy for a couple of hours every few years, but when it gets to be too much, they duck into a store, stop for refreshments, or head back to their hotels. For many young children who live in chaotic environments, leaving the classroom is not an option. As a result, it becomes vitally important that teachers create environments that care rather than assault children's senses, environments that move children from sensory overload to sensory engagement. All of these environmental elements, the light, the color, the noise, the space constraint, contribute to sensory overload that can negatively impact children and their behavior, especially children with sensory integration or attention deficit disorders. Although all of these environmental elements are important in an early childhood classroom, this module will focus on the power of lighting and illumination, and how you can use the power of light to move young children from sensory overload to an environment of sensory engagement. The purpose of this training module is to help you as teachers understand how chaotic environments often lead to increased challenging behaviors and decreased learning. Specifically, this module will focus on moving from children's sensory overload to sensory engagement through the use of light. There are 3 learning objectives in this training module. One is to be able to describe the difference between lighting and illumination. The second one is to conduct a lighting assessment of your classroom. And the third objective is to help you learn to enhance the classroom mood by adding illumination in your classroom areas or learning centers. So, why is lighting so important? Share your ideas about why lighting is important in the early childhood classroom as you do your second written reflection.